I came to New York City 1967, and um, in Japan, uh, Kyoto University of Fine Arts, my major was the sculpture, and after I graduated, uh, I wanted to go to the United States because post it was in Japan. I was born right at the end of war, and it was when I grew up. It was post American culture, and a lot of young people, of course, interested in American culture, and I wanted to go uh, while I was a student at the school, and then right after I graduated, I uh, went to New York City, and it was it was quite different culture from Japan, and it was also that was the time Vietnam War, and uh, the 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 culture was so-called pop art and pop culture, and it was to me it was very exciting. Um, and and I went to in Manhattan. I went to like a East Village at the time around later '60s. Was a lot of hippies, barefoot, and really kind of uh, almost shocking the cultural scenes in New York, but it was very exciting. I was quite young, and all this thing was so interesting. And um, I had to earn money, so I was doing construction work, and also I did all kinds of construction work. And a certain period of time, I was helping somebody plumbing, and from that experience, I wanted to also my interest shifted to music and sound, and um, the when I was doing uh, plumbing, I thought of not using traditional musical instruments. I wanted to have something my own, and one day I uh, sort of blowing pipe, and that created a interesting sound, and then I continued uh, using plumbing pipe and began making uh, musical instrument by I think it was 1972 or something. I made the first version of the uh, pipe instrument, and then that developed to like a bigger size instruments, and I organized the ensemble, and I played alternative space in New York City, and then that developed bigger, and I went to I played with the Merce Cunningham Dance Company at the Nassau Coliseum. It's a huge Coliseum. I played there, and then I traveled different places, and even I came to came to Germany and I played the instruments. Uh, that was my earlier experience of doing my own thing. I wanted to be independent from using traditional musical instruments. That was the kind of I was aiming to build, make something uh, different from uh, made instrument. Made, I mean, somebody built, and I didn't want to use those instruments. I came to New York City. I met. This is a part of Fluxus artists like Lamondiang, and uh, especially Lamondiang impressed me because he was doing completely non-Western approach of music, and uh, that impressed me. I was using the sine wave audio generators with so-called pipe horns, and uh, I did for several years with the setup, and and then actually uh, I began making bagpipe instruments. The the first version of it was again out of plumbing pipe, and I was making bagpipe instruments. Um, and then that developed to making, uh, I don't mean Scottish type pipe, but the drone pipes in a different pitch. And I made a set of bagpipe, kind of large bagpipe, like a 5, 6 drum pipes, and other brass reed instruments I made, and the one upstairs at the Great Hall Discovery was I originated in around 1985, 84, 5. I had a project, something going on, uh, a few projects going on at the same time, and around 85 I started. Yeah, besides, yeah, I forgot. The I was also got into pipe organ in when I was when I had a DAD grant in West Berlin, and I built pipe organ from scratch. And somebody gave me pipes there, and few people were very helpful to build organ because I didn't know the pipe organ building, and it's very complex kind of knowledge you need. But anyway, by help, I managed to complete uh, actually about 60, not about 80 pipes of pipe organ, and I um, I played music with ensemble by using, for instance, upstairs instrument tuned to pipe organ, some notes, even including sirens, tune. That would create a really. It does create a peaceful. I don't mean peaceful, but uh, the sound hearing changes to much more comfortable. I don't know, comfortable is the right word, but something doesn't. It doesn't annoy me listening to it. So the tuning is pretty important for those, upstairs look like ordinary, of course, ordinary sound instruments, but by tuning it, whatever way you can tune it, it's kind of sometimes become a soothing, like a peaceful kind of sound environment. That's what I was aiming to create that kind of sound environment. By playing certain way, it loses the kind of aggressiveness. More like people listen to it. Not because comfortable, it's something changes in listening. The worst bagpipe festival in New York City was actually 1992, and it's been 20 years, but um, that's different from what we played last night. The last night piece was, I would say, much nicer last night. Went quite well. And of course, the pipe, those young piper was quite good, so it went well. But anyway, in any case, the main title come from classical piping. Title has like a lament for Bob McClellan or lament for that kind of describes the lament describes the who it was, like John Cage, and I wanted to express that the about John Cage. I don't know how much I can express, but something like that. And the lament, Scottish, the pibroch, it's great music. People classical piping. Yeah, great music. I like it. I practice sometimes.